Well, yeah, obviously 3 points. I mean, it's the most. I think the most important thing today was to get back to winning ways. I think we started the game really well. So many times at home to already score 2 or 3 times within the first 15 minutes. In the second half we scored quite early as well the second goal, but you could see after we conceded the first goal, it's like maybe in our minds, in the players' minds, like what if, and you could see that it affected the game as well. Although we had chances to kill the game up in 3-1, some good chances, didn't take them, but really happy to finish this block with a win, because now we have 2 weeks break until the next game against Hearts. We don't have the squad, the full squad for the next 2 weeks, because they go on the international duty. But yeah, I think the most important thing today was the win.
Josh.
Why is that? You think there's a bit of indecision with players sometimes, Gio? Is that just the nature when they've suffered 3 defeats and you need to get back to winning ways?
Well, mentally, it's quite. Of course, it's quite difficult when you have 3 defeats in a row. It can affect you, and I think today at moments in the game, it affected us, and where you see that the decision making we had on the pitch wasn't like we had to do. I mean, that's the most difficult thing in moments of stress, or like difficult moments, to keep focusing on your task and on your play. And I think at moments of the game you could see that we didn't do that well. But in the end, I think this game should have been decided already early, and that was also one thing we have to do better comparing to last season, because last season we played many of these games and then eventually conceded a late goal and dropped points again. So today, was happy that we took the 3 points.
TV.
Giovanni, the players, as you mentioned in the second half, perhaps the decision making wasn't spot on. Is that a sort of mental tiredness more than a physical one, and is that maybe because of the early start this season with the Champions League games, etc.?
Well, I think it's more mentally, because it's still early in the season. We made some changes today as well in the lineup, and so I think it's more your mental ability to keep calm and to decide what to do in key moments. I think that is the most important tool you have as a football player, because it all starts in the head. Johan Cruyff always said, like, football starts in the head, and then your feet will follow. And that's he was right many times, but almost every time. But it's true. You play with your brains.
Adam.
Hi Joe, there was a lot of discussion pre-match about the midfield lineup, with obviously Charlie McCann coming in. How do you think he did, in possibly more of an attacking role than we might have seen him before?
Well, I think Charlie did well. I mean, it's his development has been amazing. If you see him play, unfortunately we don't have him in the Champions League squad. But he's one of the players who's training really well, and also today it's good to that we started with 2 academy players for this club. That's also important, and they both deserve to be in the lineup. I think Charlie, you could see the ability he has, and the speed of play. He quickens the play at moments, and only today, he had some chances to score as well, and that's one thing he has to improve.
Gio, the intensity and relentlessness that we saw from Rangers in the first 10 or 15 minutes seemed to tail off as the game went on. Was that a concern? And also, as much as there were a few clear-cut chances, Rangers players didn't really work with Dundee United goalkeeper too much.
No, I think that's what we have to do better. I mean, as you said, some really good chance. The first minute we had a big chance already, and some shooting opportunities. If you start the game really well at home, it can already be decided in the first 20 minutes, and then of course it makes it easier for later in the game. Now with the 2-1, and they brought a lot of speed in the lineup, Dundee United, to hurt us in the transition moments. With a couple of times they were close. So it's it's very hard. And as I said, you have to be mentally strong to to be very decisive, and especially in the first 20 minutes, then you could have scored 2 more goals easily, I think.
Hi, Gio. Antonio Cholak, obviously a double today. I think that's him up to 9 goals this season. He certainly started very well at Rangers, and seems that he's providing most of the goals at the moment. Is that a bit of a concern for you, that at the moment he seems to be the player that's most pivotal, and that you're not really seeming to get goals from other areas of the pitch? And also, is there an update on Naby Matondo at all?
Well, I think he started his game really well. I think especially before, the 3 defeats, we had players scoring also from midfield. I think Tom Lawrence is one of the players who started the season really well as well. Unfortunately, we don't have him, and hopefully we have him back after the break. Indeed, we have to have more players to be able to score. I think our wingers, Ryan Kent is a player who's very, very dangerous, but also needs to improve his scoring. He knows that he needs to improve that. So and Robbie as well is a player who can deliver that. It's one of the players I didn't pick today because we had to go from 23 to 20, which is always difficult for a manager to do so. But we will just go on with the squad we have, improve them, and make sure we develop as a team as well in the coming games.
Final question, Stephen?
Hi, Gio. Just taking us away from the game a wee bit today, is it possible that some players may be able to return? I know you mentioned Tom Lawrence, but after the international break, I'm thinking Roofe, maybe an update on him, and John Souttar and Helander. We spoke about them a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
Is there an update on their progress?
Well, I think John Souttar and Phil, I think they will take longer. They won't be back after the break. I think Tom has a good chance to be available again. And Kamar, we have to see, is one of the players who can come back really quick, or maybe take a longer time. It's been with Kamar that for the last months. So, but Souttar and Helander will not be in the next coming weeks back.
Tom Lawrence looking promising, however.
Yeah. For him, for us it's good that there's the break, so he has 2 weeks extra to recover, and I think it's going to be close for Hearts, but somewhere in that period we should have him back.
Cheers, guys.
Thank you.